everybody. Why do we like what we like? There's lots of reasons, and I'll tell you the reasons why I like certain songs. I like them. Usually the first thing that will grab me in a song will be the melody, and I will be listening first and foremost, because I'm a guitar player, usually to what is the guitar doing. Second will be, what is the song about? Is there a story to the song? What is the song saying? Third will be the overall presentation of the song. And I think maybe the fourth thing would be just, is it fun, and does it have a groove, something that you can latch onto, you know? And those are the things. So I'm going to talk about some songs that I like and why I like them. Behind the Rockies, the sun is declining. Stars come stealing at the close of the day. Across the wide prairie, our loved ones lie sleeping. Beyond the dark oceans, in a place far away. We are the navvies who work upon the railway, swinging our hammers in the bright blazing sun, living on stew and drinking bad whiskey, bending our backs till the long days are done. Okay, that was the first one, and that's the only song here really from the 60s. Now, everybody knows that I like 60s music and I like folk music. I love it. But I am also a big blues fan, and I'm a huge rock fan, and I am a pop music fan. But that song, and I'm going to leave links to all these songs in the description so you can go listen to them, is called the Canadian Railroad Trilogy. And there are like 3 different parts of that song, and it's a Gordon Lightfoot song. And it's the story. He was actually commissioned by the Canadian Parliament or whatever to write this song. And it's about the building of the Canadian Railroad. And it's just a great folk song. Gordon's voice, when he recorded this and performed it live, was at the top of his game, with John Stockfish on bass guitar and a guy named Red. I don't want to say Red Foley, but the guy's name was Red, playing acoustic guitar along with Gordon's 12-string. And it was one of his biggest songs ever, and it's just a great tune. And I love Gordon Lightfoot. I love everything he ever did. He got his big break when Marty Robbins recorded his song Ribbon of Darkness, and I'm also a big Marty Robbins fan. Now, I'm not going to bore you with folk music for too long. And I don't get into any real country in this video. I'll get to country music later in another video. It's just coincidence that I didn't throw a country song in here. I could have very easily, but I didn't want to make the video like an hour long. And I'm going to go with some of my favorites. When you think about your favorite music, you can just go on and on and on and on. But these are just some old standbys that I find myself always going back to listen to. So check out the Canadian Railroad Trilogy. I think you'll enjoy it. Step right up and put your music where your mouth is. Have you got room for one more that just can't seem to win? No chance will never come round again. Why don't you move over, Red Robin? Pretty boys make room for one more that just can't seem to win. There's no sense denying your besties are on earth for crying. Your chance will never come round again. Okay, that song is called The Ballad of the Last 5 Years, and that is a Guess Who song from the 1974 album Road Food. Burton Cummings, Gary Peterson, Kurt Winter, Donnie McDougall, and Wallace. I don't know. Les Q. I don't know who's playing bass. I know, but I can't remember. And that is a ballad that is just epic storytelling. I don't know what the story's about. You'd have to listen to the whole song. But that lyric, step right up and put your music where your mouth is one of my favorite lines of any song ever. And Burton Cummings, to me, is probably one of the finest lyricists to ever come down the pike, and certainly out of Canada. He's right up there with Gordon Lightfoot. I like him better than Neil Young. You know, of all the Canadian people, the Guess Who, in my mind, and there's no amazing guitar in that. Now, on the Road Food album, there are some killer guitar playing tracks, but most of it is just Burton's epic piano playing and the groove of the song in that line. I just think that is one of my favorite lines. Mott the Hoople had a couple lines in a couple songs that I think are also great, but not quite as great as this one. This is one of my greatest favorite of all time. So check out Road Food, and I hope you like it. I know I love it, and I still go back to this song all the time. Is that you looking across the ocean? Is that you thinking nothing really there? Is that you waiting for the sunshine? Is that you when all you see is glare? Well, I hope you're feeling better. Yes, I hope you're feeling good. Yes, I hope you're feeling better. Is that you? I'm slowly fading. Okay, that's a Santana song called I Hope You're Feeling Better. And I thought that the first time I heard it as a teenager was on the Woodstock album. But I'm not sure now because I checked the Woodstock album and I didn't find that track on the album. I didn't see a listing for that track. But this was when Greg Rowley, who eventually ended up in Journey, and Neil Schon were in the band. And this was just fantastic groove music from Santana from back in the Woodstock era, and when Santana, in my mind, they were just great. I mean, they were the king of the Latin beat. They were just great. They were just great. And their Woodstock performance, if you watch their Woodstock performance, is phenomenal. And they were all tripping their asses off on LSD when they went up on stage. I don't know if that's true, but I think Carlos Santana and a couple of the other ones said that years later we were tripping our brains out, man. We were messed up. And yeah, who knows? But this is just another one of those songs. This is one of those songs that the groove grabs you. The groove grabs you. Go check it out. Check it out. I've got a link to a live version of it. It's great. It's great. I think you'll love it. Got my heart, spit electric water. You got my soul, screaming and hollering. But to hook my girlfriend, you know the drugstore man, and I don't need it now. Just trying to slap it out of her hand. Freedom, freedom. Well, blew that. This is without a doubt my favorite Hendrix song off Bold as Love. Everything about the song grabbed me. I'd made a mixtape, like off my scratchy old records. And I actually, on my cassette, I'd put Freedom, then a couple songs, then Freedom, then a couple songs, then Freedom, then a couple songs, then Freedom, then a couple songs. And it was one of those songs that I always loved to listen to. And as it early in my 20s, when I tried to learn how to play it, I didn't understand about like tuning down a half step and stuff like that. And I was trying to play it in some weird key, and I was trying to sing it and trying to play it. And I finally just gave up on it, and I never ever really did learn how to play the song. But you go watch this track of Jimi Hendrix playing it live, and I want to tell you what, all you naysayers out there that say Hendrix wasn't that good, go watch this video and then come back to me and tell me you still think that Hendrix wasn't as good as he was. It's an amazing track. It's an amazing performance, an amazing delivery. It's just great all around. And there's a lot of stuff Hendrix I like. Well, I like it all. I mean, I like Jimi Hendrix. I like there are very few songs of his really that I can't listen to. You know, I don't think there's any. But watching him live, you have to watch him live, and you have to go do deep cut dig things on his performance at Woodstock, and you might appreciate him a little bit more. There are some clips of him doing some stuff where he's doing this pedaling thing and playing with it, walking his thumb up the neck. And if you can find that, I haven't found it in a while, and I didn't feel like going to look for it, but you do some deep dives on Hendrix, and you'll come up with some stuff that you might think a little bit differently. All the people that say, oh, yeah, well, Hendrix never really was all that good. He was pretty freaking good. He was pretty good. So, all right, that Freedom, that's my favorite Hendrix song, hands down, no doubt about it, no doubt about it. We all live on the edge of town, where we all live, ain't no soul around. People coming on, said we doing just a grin, said we gotta move it out, cause sinners moving in, said we gotta move it out, cause sinners moving in. Moving out, Aerosmith, Dream On album. This is hands down my favorite Aerosmith song. Just the sheer raw rock and roll power on this album, their first record, And in my opinion, they had 3 good records in a row. They had the Dream On album, Aerosmith album, Get Your Wings, and Toys in the Attic were all great records. And then Rocks was good. I liked Rocks, but Rocks started to change for me, and then it went downhill. And then Aerosmith became irrelevant for years. I mean, do you anybody remember this song? Anybody remember this song? Did you ever hear anybody cover that, Seasons of Wither? How come nobody ever covers that? Okay? How come that nobody ever covers Moving Out? The guitar playing in that song is so powerful. And the other song that is my second favorite is on the same album. It's One Way Street. Steven Tyler's harmonica playing he nails it. It's dead to right. This is sheer brutal, raw rock and roll. They don't make records like that anymore. And Aerosmith never made a record like that again. And, how could that album be nothing but great after they recorded it and they listened to it and they had to know. They had to look at each other and just go, holy crap, this is good. Mama Kin, One Way Street, Dream On, Moving Out. Oh man, just the songs on that record were amazing. They were just amazing. And I've always planned on covering that tune, but Steven can be a hard guy to cover, even though his voice is like crap. But he makes it sound good, and he can be really tough to cover. Can really be tough to cover because he can get into that screeching upper rock range of where rock and roll should be. It's not perfect. It's not operatic. It's screaming fucking rock and roll, and just amazing, absolutely amazing. All right, there's some other songs I want to mention that I'm not going to take the time to record a little clip of them because it's getting late and I'm getting tired and I've been working on this video a long time. But Humble Pie, one of my all-time favorites. Hallelujah, I Love Her So, a Ray Charles song. Their cover of that on the Rockin' the Fillmore album is just amazing. Steve Marriott, Peter Frampton, who in my opinion is one of the most underrated guitar players of all time. He doesn't get the credit he deserves. Greg Ridley from Spooky Tooth, and Jerry Shirley, 17 years old when he joined Humble Pie. And Humble Pie was another one that just the sheer power of Marriott's voice, Frampton's guitar playing, and Ridley's voice and bass playing, and Jerry Shirley on the drums. Pure, brutal rock and roll. 30 Days in the Hole. They I Don't Need No Doctor. I Walk on Gilded Splinters. Rolling Stone. These guys were brutal rock and rollers. And they were like one of the original first supergroups that made the supergroup thing work. So, all right, this is why we like what we like, right? We like what we like for different reasons. I would like to hear why you like different things. And I would also like to know how diverse your taste is. Do you just like one thing? Has it got to be one thing? Or do you listen to different stuff? Do you have moods for things? I do. I certainly do. So that's my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like what you saw here, hit the like button and do the subscribe thing. I'd like to thank everybody for hanging out and for showing up for the Sunday Dr. Groovy live streams. Those were a lot of fun. I do after shows every now and then. We get a little more crazy in the after show because I'm involved, because I'm in charge. because I am in charge. And so, all right, everybody. Hey, I hope you have a good one. The weather's getting nice. Enjoy yourselves. Play your guitars. Listen to your music. Play your music. Post your music. And we'll catch you all later.